Hi guys, good morning. Happy Monday everyone. So here we are, episode 3 of the Money Garden. And so just to give you guys a little bit of an overview of what we decided we're gonna go, at least we're gonna try it this way. So we'll see how it works. Like I said, we're still figuring things out, but just stay with us. So on Mondays, what you can expect. On Mondays, M stands for money. So Mondays probably we will focus on the financial independence or something financial education portion of our channel. Wednesday, W stands for women. So it's definitely going to be all about women empowerment, which is my other passion. And then Fridays, F stands for fun, for freestyle. So Fridays, I might bring in a guest, or I might talk about a book, or I might talk about, I don't know, makeup maybe. I don't know. We're girls who said that we cannot be smart and pretty at the same time, right? So with that said, going back to today, so today's topic is going to be a little bit of education on something called the Rule of 72. Most of you probably don't know or never heard of the Rule of 72, but if I say compound interest, then you might say, I heard it. And what I have found most of the time when I talk to people about it, almost everyone immediately knows, says, yeah, I'm familiar with it. I heard of the compound interest. But then when I invite them to say, okay, do you know how it works? Most people don't know. So I thought, well, why not? Let's bring a little bit of light on this and tell you guys a little bit how it works. So first of all, compound interest was invented by Albert Einstein. And Albert Einstein also called it the eighth wonder of the world. And he came up with this formula that said, so I'm going to give you guys the definition of the Rule of 72. And then it's a little bit of a mouthful, and then I will break it down. So the Rule of 72 says that if you take 72 and you divided the number 72 and you divided by the interest rate you're getting on your investment, it will give you the number of years it will take your money to double. So, what does that mean? For example, if you have $30,000, and especially this is really great for millennials or younger people, listen up if you're watching this, because this information, just knowing this, it could really help you retire a millionaire. I know when you're 20, you're like, I don't want to think about retirement, it's too far. Trust me on this, time is on your side, take advantage of it. Even with $50 a month, you can actually, with the power of the compound interest, you can actually amass a really, really nice retirement fund for yourself. And here is how it works. So, for example, you have $30,000, right? $30,000, let's say, in a bank. Most people keep their money in a bank. And how much interest do the banks pay you today? Probably 1% on average, right? So let's assume with the power of 72, if you keep your money in a bank, then we will take 72, right? We will divide it by the interest. In this case, it's 1%. If the bank pays you 1%, it will equal 72, which means that in the bank, for your $30,000 to turn into 60, it will take 72 years, right? So now, how exciting is that? Not very exciting. Now, what about if I said that there is ways that you can invest your money, not the stock market necessarily, there's other ways, but you can safely invest your money, or if you invest it anywhere, maybe the stock market or anywhere, and let's say you would get 8 to 10% on your money. So now, if we invest the same $30,000 someplace else, let's say at 10% interest, now we take 72, we divide it by 10, equals what? 7.2, right? Years. This is a lot more exciting than 72 years, right? So now you're going to take your 30,000, you're going to invest it at 10%, your 30,000 invested at 10%, it will take you 7.2 years to double your money, to turn it into $60,000. Now, 7.2 years, it's a lot more exciting than 72 years, isn't it, guys? And then this is where the really fun part. Some of you might say, okay, great, so then now what? Well, or the so what? Well, so what? Here is where compound interest kicks in on the back end. So if you just never contributed to that money anymore, you just let it ride at that particular interest rate, certainly if higher is better, then what happens that this will double every 7 years, this doubles. So in 14 years, right, this 160 now turns into this 60,000 turns into 120,000, right? In 21 years, this 120 turns into 240, right? In 28 years, see you guys what I'm doing? All I'm doing, I just keep adding 7 years. I just keep adding 7 years. Why? Because we established that at 10% rate, it takes 7 years for the money to double. 28 years, this turns into 480. In 33 years, this turns into 960,000. And 40 years, which is on average how long it takes for a young person to retire. On average, I know some of you out there might think by telling me, no, I want to retire at 40. Great. I'm saying average, probably 60, 65. So that will take us 40 years. This 960 will turn into $1.8 million. And voila, with the help of the compound interest, understanding and knowing whether I save, one thing is to save, the other thing is what to do with those savings, how to invest it properly, learning, understanding how compound interest works, which is essentially how money works. It could definitely make a big difference in not only how you save, but how you grow your money later for retirement. And the only other thing I wanted to add today, just know that this formula also works in a reverse. So for example, if you have credit card debt, just take the interest rate that you're paying for your credit card, divide 72 by the interest rate, and be very aware that if you have, let's say, a $5,000 credit card debt at 30% interest, be very aware, 72 divided by 30, that's like an average, what is it, like 2.3 years? Be very careful that that $5,000 credit card debt in 2 years will double if you don't pay it off or if you're just paying minimum payment. So just to sum it up today, you guys, I think I went a little bit over time. Sorry about that, but I really wanted to bring you guys value and explain to you how money works and the power of compound interest. To sum it up, you take 72, you divide it by the interest rate that either you're making on your investment or whether is it a credit card debt, right? You're paying, and it will give you the number of years it will take your money to double. So I really hope that helped you guys today. Have a fantastic Monday, have a fantastic week, and I'll probably see you guys on Wednesday. Thank you.